Hello. First of all, let me apologize because I was supposed to be here at 12 o'clock, but we had a bit of a family emergency. So I said I'm still going to come. For those few of you that may have been looking for me at 12, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Okay, so happy Friday, everyone. I am so happy to be here to talk about gratitude. And before I started it, I was like, there's a sense of practicing gratitude and showing gratitude, right? But they're really two different things. So I just wanted to talk a bit about it because I feel like it's part of self care. Just a little, yeah, just a little side note. Do any of you have this thing in your head where you say something, one word will click to another, and you're just like, your mind starts going? So I just said I wanted to talk about it, and I remember this Key and Peele, and you were like, I'm going to talk about it, but hopefully my social media manager will clip that out when we have the video. Anywho, so I wanted to talk about 6 ways of gratitude. Three of practicing gratitude. So that's internal work. The gratitude that helps you, the gratitude that you want to feel inside, right? To settle yourself, to feel happy. And also the gratitude that you show. So we'll do six, three, and three, and just talk about it a bit. Really, with the aim or the goal of feeling better, right? When we feel better, we have a better outlook. We uh, we succeed better. We're happier. So that's really it. So, first up, I wish more people knew that practicing gratitude actually it like rewires your brain for happiness. So it's not just this feel good trend. It really is you feeling good, you creating these neural pathways to help you focus on the good instead of the bad. Um, for example, many of you know that I have a chronic illness, so I have a lot of doctor's appointments. And I remember speaking with a therapist, and he was saying, try to rewire your mind to say, not that I have to go to treatment, but I get to go to treatment. And I was never able to really say I get to go to treatment because I feel like I get to go to Starbucks, I get to go to Six Flags. But I do say, in a sense, that I'm grateful that I can go to treatment. I'm grateful that I have treatment. I'm grateful that if I have an illness, that I do have good doctors that can help me with the treatment. So the rewiring of the brain. I wish more people knew that practicing gratitude actually rewires your brain for happiness. So that's the first one. You know, lipstick. Number two, um, 5 years ago, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I started a gratitude journal that is around here somewhere. I've been using this book for this year, but um, I didn't realize that it was going to really help me to feel better. So, just by writing down 3 things a day that I am grateful for, um, when I'm having a hard day, trying to go back a few days and reflect on what those things are or were. And usually you're grateful for you can have a repeated gratefulness, right? So I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for good relationships. And if you see those written down, generally you still are grateful for those things, so they still feel good. This is a planner that I'm using that was in our December box. It's a Bloom planner, and I love this one. It's a vision planner from Bloom, and it started by saying, "Bloom, how will you bloom? How will you bloom?" And it says, "Write a mission statement for your ideal year," and then on the bottom it asks, "What's my word of the year?" And that took me forever to come up with, but um, I wrote down authenticity. I just want to be authentic, but I do want to write down the things that I'm grateful for. And this kind of leads to those things. Let me see a fresh month that I can kind of show. So it gives, like, oops, I didn't do this yet. May visions. So you could always write down what you're grateful for in the bottom, action steps, your goals. So I feel like we use our phones and tablets, computers a lot, but when you physically write something down, that also does something with the brain. So that's really nice. So that's number two. Number three, oh, my easy go to, I wrote these down so I wouldn't forget. My easy go to for practicing gratitude is starting with one positive thought in the morning. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming in. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Um, so, Elizabeth, I was just talking a bit about gratitude, and now I'm talking about the third of practicing gratitude. I'm doing three why practice gratitude and three why show gratitude. So my easy go-to for starting my morning, I start my morning with one positive thought. So I might say I'm grateful for, or I'm happy to be here, or I'm grateful for my feet, or anything that I'm just grateful for. Even sometimes I'll say, I don't generally take a lot of selfies, but oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't take a lot of selfies unless I'm with my kids or my husband. But generally, when your camera comes up, it goes straight to selfie mode, right? Or maybe that's the way I have it set. I don't know. But if it does that, I always say something nice to myself. You know, hey, cute girl, or you're doing a great job, or I will take that second to say something nice to myself because I think it resonates in your heart, right? And it's just a second, and then I'll flip the camera around, and even if I'm taking of a group, I'll say it to myself in my head. You know, I'll give myself that second, um, because I just think it makes you feel better for the day, right? There's so much going on out here. You just want to feel better. So, okay, so we talked about practicing gratitude. I wish more people knew that practicing gratitude rewires your brain for happiness. 5 years, number two is 5 years ago. So this is really like the X and the Y, right? So 5 years ago, when I was diagnosed, I started a gratitude journal, and that's been helping me. Uh, so I write down three things a day that I'm grateful for, and I'm sorry, I could just hear my family in the background having full conversations. And that helps me. It shifts my mindset, right? And then my easy go-to is to say at least one positive thing to myself a day, right in the morning. Um, Even if it's, you know what, when you get that coffee, you'll feel better. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Okay, so those are the three for practicing gratitude. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. You're warming my heart. Thank you so much. Okay, so Elizabeth, we're going into showing gratitude. Let's see. So three for that. So this is for anyone who watches the replay, and for you, Elizabeth, this is your sign to text someone you love right now. Just tell them you appreciate. I'm gonna text somebody. Tell them you appreciate it. Tell them that you love them. Who should I text? I love you, girl. This is my daughter-in-law. She's the last person I text, so I'm gonna text her. Ha ha ha. Text someone you love right now. Tell them you appreciate them, that you're thinking of them. You're thankful that they're in your life, because at this stage, we get to pick, right? Like, I'm just not going to be willy-nilly just having people in my life just because. I'm not doing that. I'm tired, and I have things going. I'm not doing that. So when you have good people that when you speak to them, you feel better. Oh, Elizabeth, yay! Very nice. Oh, that's so cool. Very good. If it's not too private, I would love to know what she says in return. I love that. That is so cool. And see, you get to pick your bestie. That is a person that when you see them, your heart lights up, right? And sometimes we don't get to see them all the time. And we make that plan, and we finally make that restaurant or the bar or the park, whatever it is, or we have to meet with the kids or whatever. When you see them, your whole body lights up. You just feel better. And I want to be around people that when I leave you, I feel better. That's my goal. And when you leave me, I want you to feel better. So, okay, so we did that one. That was so great. Okay, so now number 5 or number 2 in this section. Okay, so I'm not saying that telling someone thank you will magically fix relationships. But I'm also not saying that, right? Thank you sometimes is just so overlooked, right? You hold the door for someone. I'm not even looking for them to say thank you anymore because they didn't ask me to hold the door. No big deal. But I want to do it. I want to show people that I see them, right? Even in the house, because sometimes, my fingers hurt from medicines that I'm taking. I have neuropathy or certain things I can't do. And I will say to one of my sons, please come help me XYZ. Can't reach that. Please come help me get XYZ. And I thank them. I do. Just because they're my boys doesn't mean they don't deserve a thank you. I actually heard a person say once, why is it that sometimes we'll tell people in the outside, thank you. Oh, thank you for getting the door. Thank you for getting my coffee. When we get home, we forget to do it. Absolutely not. No, thank you. And I love you. And I appreciate what you're doing for me. So, okay, that's great. So that's number 2 in this section. And the last one, okay, so one thing that I started doing that changed everything for me is I also like to write thank you notes. I know it's kind of old. I know sometimes you actually need a stamp, but I do. I like thank you notes. And I like thank you notes. I don't think I have a card here. I like thank you notes on pretty paper too. Oh, I think I used my last one. Where, it stands out. I bought this paper once and it was so shiny. It was actually hard to write on. But I didn't care. I was like, I'm going to get this note out. Oh, no, this is not it. This is something I printed that I was going to put in a frame, but I think I want to make it a little prettier. I was going to put it in one of my boxes, but I want to make it prettier. But this is the kind of stuff that I like. I would put something on the back of this and write a whole note. If I put Elizabeth, love yourself, you are enough on the back, I would put a whole handwritten note. Elizabeth, you got this. You are doing your thing. Keep pushing through. I like that kind of stuff. When you get a handwritten note, boy, it is another level. It is somebody saying, oh my goodness, you see me. And I think that's important. So for showing gratitude, we have, this is your sign to text someone right now that you love them. Elizabeth and I did it. Hopefully you all that watch it or the replay will do it too. Number 2 is, I'm not saying that just saying thank you will magically fix your relationships, but I'm also not saying that it won't. At the very least, it will help. You did your part. And number 3, one thing that I started doing that changed everything for me is writing written notes. I think that's kind of cool. Right, Elizabeth? Oh my goodness, just to be seen. And I'm not saying I want to be on stage. I'm not saying that I want to be at the Oscars. I'm just saying, show me some appreciation, and show other people appreciation. Yeah, let them know that they're seen. That could carry them through the whole day. Just that little thing. Oh my goodness, I think it means a lot. That's just me and my little 2 cents in my little corner. But anyways, I'll run down the 6 again. Elizabeth, you made my day. You made me feel seen by coming in and just hanging out with me for a little while, when I know on this Friday at 2:35, at least that's the time here in New York, you could be doing anything. And so it warms my heart. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Okay, so 6 ways to show gratitude. Practicing gratitude. I wish more people knew that practicing gratitude actually rewires your brain for happiness. 5 years ago, I started a gratitude journal, just writing down at least 3 things a day that I'm grateful for. It has shifted my mindset. I have more peace, more joy, more strength in my hard moments, because I can look back at those notes and say, okay, you got this. My easy go-to is right in the morning, I will say something kind to myself. Positive thought. One simple word of kindness. Yes, exactly, Elizabeth. One little word. And you know what's interesting, Elizabeth? That same word in negative can tear them down for the rest of the day. Why do that? Give that positive, give that happiness. It's a simple thing, and it doesn't cost you anything. It really doesn't. Okay, and then showing gratitude. So this is your sign to text someone. Elizabeth, that was so cool. Did she say anything back? I'm sure she did. If it's personal, you can't say no worries, but I just love that. I'm not saying that telling someone thank you will, magically fix your relationships, but I'm also not saying that it won't. It probably will help. Yes, thank you so much. And the last one thing that I started doing that changed everything is um, to, I just lost my train of thought. To, write handwritten notes. Girl, I tell you, the brain and the heart are two different things. To write handwritten notes. No, she's at work. Oh, that's so cool. Wonderful. Okay, so that is our wrap up. Remember, gratitude is not just a habit, it can be a game changer. Whether you're practicing it for yourself or expressing it to others, it will create peace and joy and more positive connections in your life. So I hope that you all try two, one for yourself and one for someone outside. And I hope that will work for you. Next week is the 21st. I might be showing things from my box. It depends on if how many people have gotten their boxes. Also, I'm going to do some videos about the candles that we found for our Candle of the Month Club. This has been my favorite so far. Plum Cashmere. Oh my goodness. It makes it smell like home is at peace. I don't know. Does that make sense? Home is at peace. Tyler, what does this smell? Oh, what does this smell like? Don't tell me the feeling you get.
There's a website called Lose the Berry. If you put like calmness in there, that's the word. Like
calmness. Calm. Oh my goodness. That's my son. He said it smells like calmness. That's perfect. Boy, we raised you well. So we'll be talking about some of the candles and how we are tapering down what brand we're going to go through for the Candle of the Month Club. Hopefully sometime next month we will have that ready. Okay. Thank you all who are watching it on the replay. Elizabeth, you have warmed my heart. I hope to see you again next Friday. I do try to come on at 12, but we had a family emergency, so I didn't want to not come. So here I am. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful weekend. Elizabeth, all the best to you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.